morning or afternoon. I don't know your time zone over there. But we have Bishop Abel Kortje, who has released a new book. He's the overseer and founder of Hope Independent Ministries, and also has many different positions in the community as a trailblazer and a community developer, and a missionary at heart. So we are here to launch the book called "The Loss of What do you call the book again? Can you tell us what the book? The Loss of a Life Partner. Yes, I should know. I'm the one who published it. Okay. Yeah, the loss of a life partner. Well, most people may assume that the loss of a life partner is just has to do with losing either your wife or maybe just a partner, a life partner, meaning your loved one. But the loss of a life partner has to do with grieving, grieving of any form of loss. So this book actually covers a lot of that. We'll allow Bishop Kortje to introduce himself so that he can tell us a bit more about himself before we delve into the book. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr.
If you can tell us a bit about yourself.
Yes. Yes, my name is, as you have heard, my name is Abel. My second name, however, is Johannes, and surname is Kortje. Actually, I grew up in a small town called Melkertfontein, Stilbaai today. And that was where my childhood started, and where I lived with my parents. And later on, after I finished school, I came to Cape Town and started life. And in the process, I get married with a beautiful lady, Lydia. And at 8 September 1990, correctly reminded, in Mossel Bay, one of the beautiful towns along the south coast. And out of that marriage, 3 sons were born. And we started our life in Cape Town, called the area community called East River, where we bought our home. And yes, and we're living there. And after that, let me say, in the process, I started work for the city of Cape Town for 30 years. And 2027, I went on early retirement. And lo and behold, never I knew that my life will turn out completely different, as we have all our hopes and dreams together as a husband and wife. And sadly, I lost my wife in 2021 in the pandemic. And yes, and that is who I am in a short thing. You have heard that I am. Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much. So as we're going to take a short little break. When we come back, we now have a look at the loss of the loss of a life partner. The loss of a life partner. Yeah. So just a short break. Thank you. We are back. We are on Let's Talk, and we are here with Bishop Abel from Hope Independent Ministries. And we're here to release his book, his very powerful book called The Loss of a Life Partner. And so we're just going to talk briefly because we're launching. The book is actually ready for those who would want to get a copy, you will be able to put details on the screen so that you can order your copy. The book is ready. There's a limited amount of copies right now because we want to get them out to the first, at least if on this show, we want the first 50, the first 40 or 50 people that are able to put in an order. Hey, we may give you a special price, but let's see how the show goes. So we are getting into the book now, and if you could just tell us a bit of what inspired you to write this book, besides the fact that you did lose a life partner. What is it that readers should expect from this book?
Dr. Hans, when I went through my recovery process, I realized that there was not really any book or resource that I could find to give some advice, to give some direction, and to help in the area of how to deal with your emotions mentally and also spiritually. And that was for me a big concern. And that is one of the biggest reasons that I decided to write this book
Okay.
based on my experience and also to help others who are in the same predicament or will still go through this process, that there is something at least to read, something at least to advise on when you go through this process.
Yeah, it's a very difficult process. Yes,
Yes,
and obviously there's people. Yeah, obviously there's people who want to know how did you actually manage to go through this journey of healing.
I think for me, what helped me, and with all other assistance that I had, was the fact that I knew the Lord and that I have a personal relationship with the Lord. That was my greatest help, my greatest strength in my time of difficulty. On top of that, I had a family, especially my brother and my three sisters, who also are born again, came along with their family and support me, even my children. But however, uh, that was friends also, not all friends, but here and there I had some friends that also, although they couldn't understand or have any idea with which I went through, but the encouragement uh, helped. And also that became a support structure to have friends, good friends and family, and also have a spiritual support around you. That have that have helped in the process.
Okay. No, it's actually very helpful. You know, there's a time when everyone needs to grieve, and it's very difficult. It's an area of life that people don't always expect, and we assume that we prepare for it and we are strong, but no one is strong enough when it comes to a loss. So we believe that this is that's going to one of the many books that's really going to help a lot of people out there. And it's also a manual that pastors can use, right? And pastors can also use it as a manual to help people with grief, right?
Yes, yes, I will agree with you because if you look to the content and the different topics that I'm talking about, that will help pastors, leaders, and even in different settings of life, who needs to give guidance, give support, advice to people that went through and were still going through this process, to give them some guidance and understanding. And help them in navigating through the process. Because in a process of pain and grief and loss, you are at a vulnerable state, and you need all the support, the right support, the right guidance in the process. If that is absent, of then you can lose it completely. But that is so
That's right.
important. Um, yeah, for leaders to have this.
Yeah, and how much how accessible is this book? How much is the book going for right now? And is it possible for us to take a
The,
sneak peek? Do you have a copy that you could show the audience?
yes, I've got a book here. It's a beautiful book. I like the cover of the book. It's very professional, very neat, and the printer that have done it have done a very good job. And this book is because print is expensive, but for people who really want this book and really want to will find it as a resource to help them. This book I will give it for 150 rand, and at a discount price of 150 rand, and you will have to have this resource. And that is really not to make money, but really for me that's a great resource to have to will assist me in any way. And I know of so many uh, people, men and women, who lost their partner, and still today
Mm,
they have not. And I'm not saying all the answers in here, but it will help you navigate through your
mm,
process.
that's right. No, this it's really helpful, and that's such a good price. Most books that are both a good read and also a manual to help you are going for more than 200 rand or 250 rand. You are really getting a bargain. So if you need to order your book, you or the loss of a life partner, they're now available with Chris Books at 081. Just a few last remarks about the book. We'll take another quick and short break, and we'll be right back. Thanks again, Bishop Abel, for joining us on Let's Talk. We really appreciate you coming out with this book. This book is going to help a lot of people in the community, especially the body of Christ. We know that the body of Christ has many means and ways on choices and options out there that they get in order for them to go through a grieving process. But this book is definitely going to be handy and will support a lot of grieving women and men of God. Also, not just as a self-help, but also a way to help others who are going through the same. Now, in conclusion, what would you say out there to those that have lost a life partner, just as we conclude the program?
I would suggest that before you do or make any decisions, that it's important to reflect on your own life, and without regret to know that when we experience loss and grief and went through pain, that the Lord is actually with you in everything. And secondly, is that life must go on. Um,
Yes.
you are not supposed to stop and to remain in your valley of pain and of loss. There is a life beyond beyond that. And And if you can deal with your pain, how short or how long it may be, and become whole because God is able to help you, you will be a great blessing to those
mm,
who are still in their pain or going through it. Today, I am a testimony, and I am a great encourager to men that have lost their wives that lost their men, because some people find it very difficult to move on. And we
mm,
cannot when when death comes to us, but we can
mm, mm,
prepare ourselves and we can
mm,
work ourselves with the
mm,
hope and positive that I can make it and I can start life over again. There's much more
mm,
after this. Don't stop your life. And that's why I want to encourage you is at the end of the day, there's hope and God's and the hope in God never fails. So you are a candidate. You can become a great life to many people around you that you can influence the positive in a good way. God has done for you. I'm a testimony today, and so I can speak and I wrote from a place of experience. But however, my loss and my pain, God has dealt with it. He helped me. I'm out of that pit. I'm out of that valley. And I know that at the other place, I am at a new place of life and newness. And because of God's grace. So I hope that you will buy the book. I hope that you will find some guidance, advice. As I said, it is not the alpha and omega, but it will definitely help you as a man and as a woman who have lost your partner.
Thank you so much, Bishop. We appreciate you being on the show, and we will continue to bring highlights of the book and also more information as how you can get your copy. Don't miss out; it's a limited edition, and you have to get a copy for yourself, or either if you want to buy it as a gift for your pastor, or a gift for a friend that has lost a life partner. This is a great deal. So God bless you and see you next time on Let's Talk.